Hello everyone. Now, welcome to my next lecture. It is efficiency interdependency. Now let's look at this topic. In some cases, the efficiency of an individual or an entity is already established. I mean, one entity's or one individual's efficiency is already established. However, we have to consider another entity also, and their efficiency is dependent on the efficiency of the previous individual whose identity is already established. So one individual efficiency is already known. Second individual is known, but that is somehow linked to the previous individual. So in that case, you must mathematically establish the relationship between both of them. Let's look how it is done. For example, if efficiency of a person X is A% more than Y, and Y takes this person here, Y takes Y days to complete a piece of work, then we can say that X will take Y by 100 plus A into 100 days to complete the work. Now let's look at this once again. Now the person X has an efficiency which is A% more than Y. So X is more efficient than Y. And now this person what he does, Y takes exactly small Y days to complete a piece of work. Now we have to find out how many days X can complete the work, right? So how do we calculate this now? Here X will take Y is the number of days that capital Y takes, by 100 plus A. That is where A is the A% is the efficiency of person X, which is more than Y. So Y by 100 A plus A into 100. So this is a formula which you have to remember when we have to solve this type of question. Similarly, if the the efficiency is lesser than other individual, then what we have to do? We'll take another example. If efficiency of a person X is A% less than Y, that means X is A% less efficient than Y, and similarly Y takes Y days to complete a piece of work, then X will take how much? Y by 100 minus A. Here instead of plus A, we have to take minus A into 100 days to complete the work. Now the point is, we can observe here, when X is more efficient, he will take less number of days to complete the work, because we are dividing it by 100 plus A. That means this fraction becomes smaller, and then multiplying by it by 100. On the other hand, if X is less efficient, he will take more time to complete the work. And how much time? That is Y by 100 minus A. Now since we are subtracting Y into 100 by 100 minus A, the number of days will become more. Now for better clarity, we will take an example. For example, there are two people. One person is Josh and another person is Lark. And Josh is 50% more efficient than Lark. Right? So what do we do now? Now Lark takes 9 days to complete a job. Then how much days will Josh be able to complete the work? That we have to find out. Let's see now. So according to formula, Lark takes 9 days and Josh is 50% more efficient. So that 50 we are putting it here. So 9 by 100 plus 50 into 100 is the number of days that Josh takes to complete the work. How much it comes to be? That is 9 by 150 into 100, that is 9 by 1.5, that is 6 days. So this is, we can actually infer from the fact that Josh is more efficient than Lark. So he takes less number of days than Lark to complete the work, that is 6 days. Now we'll take another example. If Jimmy is 20% less efficient than John, then how many days he will take to complete the work? And here John takes 12 days to complete the job, right? So we'll apply the same formula here. That is 12 days here by 100 minus 20, where minus 20 is less efficiency, where 20 is the efficiency percentage which is less than John, into 100. So it comes to how much? 12 by 80 into 100, that is 120 by 8, that is 15 days. Here also we can observe, since Jim is less efficient, he takes 3 extra days than John to complete the work. Now we'll take another example. Here it is said that 4 men can complete a job in 12 days. Okay, and man is thrice as efficient as boy. So from this we can infer that since man is thrice as efficient as boy, he takes 3 times less time. More efficiency, less time. Now we have to find out how many boys are required to complete the same job in 12 days. Right? So 4 men can complete job in 12 days. Then how many boys are required to complete in 12 the same job in 12 days, given the fact that man is twice as efficient as boy? So the solution: a 4-man can complete a job in 12 days. Now this I'm trying to do without formula. I'm doing it for sake of better understanding. Previously we have used previous example we have used formulas, and this one we are going to do without direct substitution of any formulas here. Here, so 4-man can complete a job in 12 days means 1 man can complete a job in how much? 4 into 12. So if only one person was to complete the same job, will take naturally greater amount of time. How much time? That is 48 days. So 1 man can complete a job in 48 days. So also now from this we can just, for the assumption's sake or for simplicity's sake, we can say that the total job is equal to 48 man days or units. We can call it just as units for simplicity. So total job is equal to 48 man days. So divided by 4, so that means 4 men are working, means it will take 12 days to complete it. And if only one person or 1 man tries to complete it, it will take 48 by 1, that is 48 days. Now, it is given that man is thrice as efficient as boy, right? It implies 1 man's work is equal to 3 boys' work. This also we can establish. Now, so for 48 works of unit to be completed in 12 days, we require 4 men, right? Now, for 48 units of work to be completed in 12 days, we require how many? 48 by 12, that is number of days into 3 boys. Since here also you can substitute directly, because 1 man requires 48 days, 4 men require 12 days. So 4 into 3 is the number of boys required to complete the same amount, complete the work in same amount of time. That is 12 days. That is, we can say that 48 by 12 into 3 boys, that is equal to 4 into 3 boys, that is equal to 12 boys. So for the number of boys required to complete the same job in same amount of time is 12. Thank you.